Hey guys, welcome to an all new video. So, as I promised last week, this week's video is going to be on Blake Crouch's another novel, which is known as the Wayward Pines Trilogy. So, I have the first book with me here, which is the Pines, which is named Pines, and this is the first part of the trilogy. This book is like really short and very fast paced. So the story is set around a small town named Wayward Pines, which is located in Idaho in America. And the main character is named Ethan Burke. So he is a Secret Service agent, and he was sent to this small town of Wayward Pines because two or another Secret Service agents went lost and they disappeared on a project in the same town. So he was sent to this town to look for them. And when he arrives, he meets a car accident and finds himself waking up in a hospital where the staff is very strange and there is something off about the hospital. He does not have his ID, his keys, nothing, and no one apparently believes that he is a Secret Service agent. So when he wakes up in this town, he feels that something else is going on, that something is strange, nothing is right, and he tries to communicate with his family, uh, but he cannot because when he tries to call them, it's either someone else picking up or no one is picking up or the line is not connecting, something or the other is happening. So, and no one in the town really wants to help him in any way. So, and in a few days, he finds out that there is a fence that circles the town and he can't really figure out a way out of it. So, he even took a car and drove all the way around the town, but he couldn't figure out a way out of the town. So, I'll not give you any more details. All these details are you're going to get in the synopsis at the back, so that's all right. Then he begins to think what the fence is and what its purpose is, like whether it's keeping the people in or keeping something else out. He can't really figure that out, and he wants to figure that out because he finds himself in a situation with no one to help, nowhere to go, and he wants to go back to his family. He even tries to contact his boss in the Secret Service, but apparently someone else picks up. Moving on to the next book in this trilogy, which is called Wayward. It looks like this. This book, I think, is the best among all three present in this series. It's because the first book really gives you an intro into the characters, the plot, what is going on, and by the end of the first book, you're going to know what is going on, what this town is about. And the second book further expands the story. So I can't really tell you what the second book is about because otherwise, those of you who haven't read this one, apparently, I'm guessing many of you haven't read it because I did a poll on Instagram and many of you replied that no, you haven't read the book. So, I'll not give you any details, but I can definitely say that the writing is so nice, so good that it'll keep you up all night reading it. Initially, I got the first book from Amazon. Let me keep this book down now that I've seen it. So initially, I got the first book from Amazon, and then I was skeptical about whether I will like it or not. I liked it very much, and I ordered the remaining two books. But the seller took 2 whole weeks to deliver it, and that wait was literally agonizing because I wanted to know what is happening. So what happens in most of the trilogies is that the second book cannot really keep up with the hype that the first book creates, but in this case, that is not what is happening. This book is really so nice. Like, it lives up to the atmosphere created by the first book, and in fact, it outdoes. Blake Crouch really outdid himself in these two. In the second book, as the story approaches, you start to realize that there are so many more mysteries than what are already revealed in the first book, and you will figure them out as you keep reading. Now let us talk about the third book in the series, which is called The Last Town, and it looks something like this. So I think this series could have been a duology instead of a trilogy because the third book is like more graphic, Like it has, if you know what I mean, like this series was actually made into a Fox television show. If you, I don't know whether you have seen it or not. It goes by the same name, I guess, Wayward Pines. But this is like, it's like a movie going on. It's so much graphic and so unnecessarily stretched at some of the portions. It's like I cannot tell you again because you haven't read the previous parts. But some scenes are necessarily unnecessarily stretched, and they could have been shorter. I did not really require those details which he gave in the book. But overall, I really loved the book, based on the fact that the plot was really tight and it was really well spun, and the ending was also really good. The ending is somewhat left to the readers to think about. Like there could have been a sequel to this, but I don't think Blake Crouch is writing any sequel to this. He has moved on with his writing and wrote several other books. But that's why the ending is left to the readers. Like it ends somewhere where you can have your own imaginations regarding what happened. So that's really good. Also, there is another thing. If you after you read this book, if you Google the actors of the TV show, I was very shocked to see the person who's casted as Ethan Burke. He did not really match the description that has been given in the book, and I was really shocked with that. But I even read some reviews that the books are better than the show, so don't try to see this show. I would suggest you to read the book and definitely tell me how you felt. And of course, the rating, I'm going to give it a 4.5 because I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I loved it, but because it was unnecessarily a trilogy instead of a duology, that's why I'm giving it a 4.5. So if you read these books, do let me know how you felt. And I'll leave a link in the description box below from where you can buy these books for yourself. And it's an affiliate link. So if you're going to buy, please click on the link below and get your copy. And also let me know in the comments if you have read the book, how did you like it. Please don't leave spoilers because there are some who haven't read this, right? If you like this video, then do give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you thought, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.